Raise your hand if you're a shepherd. That was a trick question. You're all shepherds, but I'll come to that in a second. The point is, that's not an image that is readily something that we get a hold of. We don't really know. But in the first century or earlier, if you were a follower of Jesus, or even back to when this psalm would have been first heard, it was written by somebody for whom the image of a shepherd was not only understood, it was intimately understood. You knew that a shepherd was the greatest example, the greatest description of what it was like to be a king, to be a great leader. Because that's what shepherds do. It was all about taking care of the sheep. It's all 24/7. You are always there. The good shepherd is a great example of being a leader. And you knew that. Now, not so much. So just running through my head, some world leaders right now who would definitely not be shepherds. Might be the other end, actually. But still, we don't recognize that image. In fact, if you ask people why this psalm is important to them, they'll start saying what I just did. Green pastures, the valley of shadow, my cup overflows. All of the descriptions of things, not necessarily that first line. But we know that first line because we know the song. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. What's a shepherd to you? If you left off the first half verse of Psalm 23 and just had the rest of that description, how would you know God? Would you start, the Lord is my shepherd? What image would be yours? Because that's the point, is that the person who first thought these words, thought this song, knew God with that image. Not just, that'd be pretty cool, I like that, but I know God with that image. How do you know God? What image would you give to God? And I don't mean about the thing about, you remember when God was a really old guy with a long white beard and white robe who sat on a throne sitting on a cloud? I hope not, because I hope that was long before any of our time, that we stopped thinking that way. But what image then is God? How do you see God? If you hear this, if you were singing this psalm, if it was you writing this psalm today, how would you start? I asked people the other day, how would they see a shepherd today? And there were lots of really good examples of, and somebody actually did start out with farmer, because I think what they were trying to say was, this is as close as I can get to the shepherd thing. Wait a minute. Actually feeds people, connected to the earth, part of creation, part of the cycle of creation, and suddenly that like little farmer turned into a big thing, and people started to go, oh yeah, I can see that. School teachers, especially kindergarten, grade 1, grade 2 teachers, because they're not just about you must learn this because it's in a book. They're about learning how to be people. Well, all teachers are, aren't they? I want to say that when I asked the question, my first thought was ministers. It wasn't. The point, though, is what one speaks to you in the truest way. Because I think that's what the person who wrote this psalm was thinking. I need to understand and trust that God is always with me, supporting me, caring for me, loving me, protecting me. I need to know that God is with me whether I'm happy and comfortable or whether I'm sad and afraid. Wherever I am in life, God is with me. What is the image that just immediately springs from my heart to my mind? What is it? Oh, it's a shepherd. What is it for you?